Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. When you think of hot dogs, what comes to mind? Fun childhood barbecues, right? A quick, easy meal. But what if I told you that cozy, nostalgic food could be a hidden health risk, especially for those of us over 50? Many popular hot dogs are packed with sodium, fillers, and chemicals that can be really tough on your body. For older adults, this isn't just about an upset stomach. That high sodium can spike your blood pressure, strain your kidneys, and put stress on your heart. It's a serious concern, especially if you're already managing your health. Today, we're going to expose 8 popular hot dog brands you should absolutely avoid. But don't worry, I'll also share 2 much healthier and safer options so you can still enjoy a good cookout. My goal is to empower you to make smarter choices. If you're ready to protect your health, stick around. You won't want to miss this. Have you ever picked up a pack of hot dogs, thinking it's a quick, easy meal? Many of us do. But what if I told you that some of the most popular brands on the shelves are hiding some serious health risks, especially for older adults? Today, we're exposing the dangerous brands you need to avoid, and I'll give you some doctor-approved alternatives that are much safer for your heart, kidneys, and overall health. Let's start with a brand many families know well: Ballpark Prime Beef Franks. The packaging is clever, isn't it? Prime and beef make you think you're getting steakhouse quality in a bun. But flip it over and look at the nutrition label, and the story changes completely. Each one of these franks has about 710 milligrams of sodium. That's almost half of the recommended daily sodium limit in just one hot dog. And that's before you add the bun, ketchup, mustard, or the chips that usually go with it. For a younger person, that might just mean feeling thirsty or a little bloated. But for seniors, the effects can be immediate and dangerous. High sodium can spike your blood pressure within minutes, putting extra stress on your heart and kidneys. If you're already on medication for hypertension or heart failure, eating one of these is like undoing the benefits of your treatment with a single bite. And honestly, the taste isn't even worth it. Many people describe these franks as rubbery and overly salty, like chewing on a sponge soaked in brine. On top of that, the FDA has long classified processed meats like hot dogs as carcinogenic, linked to a higher risk of colorectal cancer. So, what's the doctor's advice? If you enjoy a good hot dog, choose brands that are labeled lower sodium and uncured. Better yet, switch to options made from grass-fed beef with simple ingredients. Brands like Hebrew National or Applegate Naturals offer hot dogs with fewer chemicals, less sodium, and a taste that's much closer to real meat. It's a small change, but for your heart and kidneys, it makes a huge difference. Next up, let's talk about one of the cheapest and most common hot dogs in the grocery store: Barres Classic Franks. I see these in shopping carts all the time. The price seems unbeatable, right? A huge pack for just a few dollars. But here's the truth: you're not really getting meat. These hot dogs are mostly made of mechanically separated chicken and pork. That's essentially a pink paste of scraps blasted off bones with high-pressure machines, then shaped into a hot dog. It's not the real cuts of meat you might be imagining. And the problems don't stop there. To make this paste taste like food, they load it with artificial smoke flavoring, fillers, and a ton of sodium. The result is a rubbery texture, a weird chemical smell when you cook them, and a sodium bomb that can raise your blood pressure in minutes. For seniors, this is especially risky. The sodium and additives don't just cause bloating, they strain the kidneys, raise blood pressure, and increase heart risks. And remember, the World Health Organization has classified processed meats like these as Group 1 carcinogens, the same category as cigarettes when it comes to cancer risk. The doctor's advice here is clear: skip the bargain packs. If you want a hot dog without gambling on your health, look for brands that use real cuts of meat and avoid mechanically separated meat. Applegate Naturals, for example, makes their hot dogs from grass-fed beef with simple seasonings, no mystery paste, no chemical smoke. Yes, it costs a bit more, but you're paying for real food that supports your health, not harms it. Now, what about chicken hot dogs? They seem like a healthier choice. A brand like Gwaltney Original Chicken Hot Dogs highlights chicken on the label, which many people associate with being leaner and lower in fat. But let's uncover the hidden truth. These franks are also made mostly from mechanically separated chicken, that same gray paste, scraped from bones and pressed into tubes. It's not the real chicken breast or thigh meat you'd hope for. You'll notice the issues as soon as you cook them. There's often a faint chemical smell, almost like plastic. The texture is rubbery, like chewing on an eraser. And health-wise, the danger is significant. Each frank still packs in high sodium, which can spike blood pressure. The protein quality is poor, so it doesn't do much to help seniors maintain muscle strength or bone density. In fact, doctors warn that relying on foods like this can worsen conditions like osteoporosis. You might feel full, but your body isn't getting the nutrients it needs. So, what should you do if you prefer poultry? Skip the cheap chicken franks. Instead, choose organic chicken sausages or hot dogs that use real cuts of meat. They cost more, but they give you real high-quality protein without that chemical cocktail. It's the difference between supporting your bones and muscles or slowly weakening them. Next, let's take a look at Empire uncured turkey franks. Turkey hot dogs are often marketed as the light and healthy option. The words uncured and turkey sound reassuring, right? But once again, it's not as wholesome as it seems. These are also made from mechanically separated turkey scraps, leftover bits blasted off bones. The smooth, rubbery texture isn't natural. It comes from additives and starches. When you cook them, you might notice a metallic, chemical smell instead of a savory turkey aroma, and a mushy texture that doesn't feel like real meat. That salty aftertaste that lingers. That's your body telling you something. For seniors, this is dangerous. The high sodium can spike blood pressure, and the poor quality protein doesn't support muscle or bone health. Plus, your kidneys have to work overtime to filter out all that extra salt and preservatives. Even though the label says uncured, the World Health Organization still classifies all processed meats, including turkey franks, as Group 1 carcinogens, the same cancer risk category as tobacco. The doctor's advice: don't be fooled by the health halo of turkey hot dogs. If you want poultry, choose nitrate-free turkey sausages or organic products made from real cuts of meat. They may cost a little more, but they genuinely support your heart and bones instead of silently harming them. Making these simple swaps can have a profound impact on your long-term health. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this information helps you make healthier choices at the grocery store. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to continue exploring the uncomfortable truths about a food that many of us grew up with: hot dogs. But not all franks are created equal. Some popular brands, especially those marketed towards families and seniors, are hiding some pretty serious health risks behind nostalgic packaging and low prices. We've done the research and consulted with doctors to bring you the top 4 hot dog brands you should probably leave on the shelf. Let's get started. Coming in at number 4 is a brand that feels like a piece of Americana: Oscar Mayer Classic Wieners. For decades, that familiar yellow packaging and catchy jingle have made us feel like we're buying a trusted, all-American classic. Many seniors, in particular, grew up with Oscar Mayer and see it as a safe, comforting choice. But the reality is a far cry from the wholesome image. Instead of quality cuts of beef or pork, these hot dogs are made from a blend of meat scraps, fillers, and something called mechanically separated poultry. Think of it less as a recipe and more of a meat paste experiment. If you've ever sliced one open, you've probably noticed the texture is unnaturally smooth, almost like a pink eraser. That polished look doesn't come from quality meat. It comes from starches, stabilizers, and artificial coloring designed to make it look appealing. And the smell: when you heat them up, you don't get that rich aroma of real meat. Instead, it's a faint chemical haze that seems to linger in the pan. Health-wise, the risks are significant. The World Health Organization classifies processed meats, including hot dogs, as Group 1 carcinogens. That's the same category as tobacco. Studies have linked eating just one hot dog a day to a higher risk of colorectal cancer. For seniors, the dangers are even more immediate. The high sodium content can spike blood pressure, putting a strain on the kidneys and worsening heart conditions. If you're already managing high blood pressure or kidney issues, regularly eating these hot dogs is like adding fuel to a fire. Your body is already working overtime, and this just makes its job harder. So, what's the doctor's advice? Nostalgia should never come at the cost of your health. If you enjoy a hot dog occasionally, look for brands with fewer fillers and no nitrates. Options like Hebrew National's all-natural line taste like real beef, not a factory paste, and are a much safer choice for your long-term well-being. Next up, at number 3, we have Vienna Beef Jumbo Beef Franks. This brand has built its reputation as a Chicago classic, the hot dog of baseball games and city pride. They position themselves as a premium product, leading many people, including seniors who trust its long-standing name, to believe they're buying higher quality. But peel back that premium label, and you'll find a troubling story. For years, customers have reported slimy packaging. When you pull one of these franks out, it can feel slick, almost like a wet latex glove. That slime isn't a sign of tradition. It's often a sign of poor storage and can be a breeding ground for bacteria. Cooking them only raises more concerns. The casing tends to sweat grease and chemicals, filling your kitchen with an unpleasant, processed smell. The texture is often described as spongy, not what you'd expect from real beef, and it leaves a processed aftertaste. The health risks here are serious, too. They use preservatives like sodium nitrite and sodium erythorbate to keep the hot dogs looking fresh. But over time, these additives can stress the liver, kidneys, and cardiovascular system. For older adults on heart or blood pressure medications, these chemicals act like an extra burden on an already fragile system. And let's not forget, the World Health Organization still places hot dogs in the same cancer risk category as cigarettes. Calling it premium beef doesn't change that fact. The long ingredient list is a clear sign that chemicals are propping up a product that should be simple. Our medical expert's take is clear. If you want a beef hot dog that's truly worthy of your trust, skip the so-called premium packs. Instead, look for small batch brands like Niman Ranch, which use real cuts of beef without the heavy chemical load. They might cost a bit more, but you're paying for food that supports your health, not chips away at it. Taking the number 2 spot is Genio Turkey Franks. This brand markets itself as the lighter, guilt-free alternative to traditional beef or pork hot dogs. The packaging makes it sound like a smart, heart-friendly choice, which is why many seniors might reach for it, thinking they're protecting their health. But when you peel back the wrapper, the reality is disappointing. These franks are primarily made from mechanically separated turkey scraps that are blasted off the bone and reformed into a uniform tube. It's not the wholesome turkey breast you might be picturing. It's leftovers disguised as a healthy option. The red flags are easy to spot. The texture isn't a satisfying snap. It's gummy and rubbery, more like chewing on a sponge than meat. When you heat them, they can release a faint, sour odor with a chemical undertone, not the aroma of real food. And the taste? Bland, overly salty, and it leaves a processed aftertaste. For seniors, the health concerns are especially serious. Each frank is loaded with sodium, which can cause blood pressure to spike. The protein quality is weak, doing little to support muscle or bone health, which can increase the risk of frailty in older adults. Kidneys that are already working hard to process medications now face even more strain from the high sodium and additives. And just like other processed meats, the World Health Organization has linked these turkey franks to a higher risk of cancer. The label may say turkey, but that doesn't automatically mean it's safe. Lean doesn't equal healthy if the product is heavily processed and full of chemicals. The doctor's advice on this one is straightforward. If you want lean protein, choose organic poultry sausages or nitrate-free options made from real cuts of turkey. They might be a little pricier, but they deliver the nutrition your body actually needs without the silent risks. Remember, your body deserves real food, not a rubbery imitation. And now, for the #1 most dangerous hot dog brand you should avoid, Sugardale hot dogs. Sugardale is marketed as the ultimate budget-friendly, family hot dog. The name sounds cheerful, the price is incredibly low, and many shoppers toss it into their carts without a second thought. But behind that bargain price is one of the worst offenders when it comes to your health. Instead of real, clean cuts of meat, Sugardale hot dogs are packed with mechanically separated pork and chicken scraps, blended with fillers, sugar, and artificial smoke flavor. In other words, it's not really meat, it's a chemical and filler cocktail disguised as food. The problems are immediately obvious. Slice one open, and the inside is gummy and soft, almost like stale dough. The packages themselves often show frost scars, or freezer burn like patches that don't go away even after cooking. And the smell. Instead of a meaty aroma, Sugardale gives off a stale, metallic meat perfume that just hangs in the air. Here's why this is especially concerning for seniors. A single Sugardale frank can contain over 500 milligrams of sodium, enough to push blood pressure into a dangerous zone. The added sugars and cheap fats make it a nightmare for anyone managing diabetes or heart disease. The protein quality is so poor that it provides almost no nutritional benefit for maintaining muscle and bone strength, which is critical for older adults. The FDA has been warning about processed meats for years, and as we've mentioned, the World Health Organization classifies them as carcinogenic, yet Sugardale continues to market itself as a family product. The sad truth is, it has more in common with a candy bar mixed with meat scraps than real nutrition. The doctor's final advice is a firm one: if you see Sugardale on the shelf, just skip it. Your health is worth far more than saving a few cents. Instead, reach for cleaner options like Trader Joe's organic grass-fed beef, hot dogs, or Hebrew National, which use real cuts of beef, have no added sugar, and contain significantly less sodium. They taste like actual food, and they won't sabotage your heart, your kidneys, or your long-term health. So there you have it, 4 more popular sausage brands that may be doing more harm than good. It's a reminder that we always need to look past the marketing and read the ingredient list. Your health is your greatest asset, so let's make choices that protect it. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this information helpful, please give this video a thumbs up. And forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss our next video. Stay safe and healthy out there. After wading through all those risky brands, it's a relief to know there are still some great options you can trust. Let's start with a fantastic choice, Applegate Naturals. So, what sets this brand apart? First, you can actually read and understand the ingredients list. It's just beef, water, sea salt, and spices. That's it. No mysterious fillers, no artificial colors, and no chemical preservatives. It's clean and simple. Next, it's packed with protein your body can actually use. Applegate Naturals uses 100% grass-fed beef, which provides real, high-quality nutrition. For seniors, this is incredibly important for maintaining muscle strength and bone density. Plus, it's lower in sodium, with around 480 milligrams per franc. Compare that to the 700 milligrams or more you find in many mainstream brands. If you're watching your blood pressure, that's a significant difference. And the best part, the taste and texture. When you cook one up, there's no slimy residue or weird chemical smell. It sizzles in the pan just like real meat should, and it has that authentic, satisfying snap when you bite into it. For seniors, that lower sodium and higher quality protein mean this isn't just a better tasting hot dog, it's a genuinely safer one. Of course, it's still a processed food, but if you enjoy a hot dog now and then, this is one of the few brands that won't sabotage your health goals. Another strong option is a brand many families have trusted for decades, Hebrew National. Unlike some other nostalgic brands that have gone downhill, Hebrew National has maintained its quality, largely because it's held to strict kosher standards. What does that mean for you? It means stricter oversight. The ingredient sourcing and the entire preparation process are much more tightly controlled. This results in cleaner recipes. Just like Applegate, you're getting beef, water, salt, and spices. No mystery fillers, no chemical dyes. It's straightforward. The sodium content is also moderate, typically falling between 480 and 500 milligrams per franc. Again, this is far better than the sodium bombs we've seen from other popular brands. And when it comes to taste, Hebrew National delivers. When you open the package, there's no slimy coating or strange odor. It smells like beef, it cooks like beef, and it tastes like beef. It's a classic for a reason. For older adults, choosing Hebrew National is a great way to enjoy a traditional hot dog without loading your body with unnecessary chemicals. It's solid proof that not every hot dog has to be a harmful choice. So, here's my final piece of advice. If you truly enjoy a good hot dog, please don't settle for those cheap multi-packs filled with chemicals and leftover scraps. Brands like Applegate Naturals and Hebrew National prove that you can still enjoy this American classic while protecting your heart, your kidneys, and your long-term health. Think of it this way: your health is worth far more than saving $1 or $2 at the grocery store. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this information helpful, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more health tips you can trust. Stay safe and eat well. Hey everyone, and welcome back to The Healthy Path. Today, we're re-talking about a classic American food that might be hiding in your fridge, the hot dog. It seems harmless, right? A quick, easy meal. But for many of us, especially as we get older, what's inside that simple-looking hot dog can pose a serious risk to our health. Let's get real about what's in most mainstream hot dogs. They are often loaded with sodium, preservatives, and fillers. All that extra sodium puts a huge strain on your heart and kidneys, which can lead to high blood pressure and other circulation problems. You might see labels like turkey or uncured and think they're a healthier choice. But honestly, many of these use the same processing methods, and studies have even linked regular consumption of processed meats to some pretty serious health issues. But I'm not here to tell you to give up hot dogs forever. The good news is, you don't have to. It's all about making smarter choices. There are brands out there, like Applegate Naturals or Hebrew National, that focus on cleaner ingredients and lower sodium. This means you can still enjoy a hot dog at a summer barbecue without feeling like you're sabotaging your health. So, as your doctor, here's my simple advice. First, become a label detective. If you see a long list of ingredients you couldn't pronounce, or if the sodium is over 600 milligrams per serving, it's probably best to put it back on the shelf. Second, look for real protein. Choose options that are grass-fed, nitrate-free, or organic, made from whole cuts of meat. And third, remember that moderation is everything. Even the healthier hot dogs should be an occasional treat, not a daily meal. Your health is truly your most valuable asset. Protecting your heart, kidneys, and bones now means you get to enjoy more independence and a better quality of life for years to come. Don't trade that long-term vitality for the short-term convenience of a cheap hot dog. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up so more people can see it. Share it with your friends and family. This simple tip could make a big difference for someone you care about. And if you haven't already, subscribe and hit that notification bell. I'm here every week with science-backed advice to help you stay strong, sharp, and independent as you age. Thanks for watching, and let's build a healthier community together.